This is the Afterlife discussion. I am coming to present forth a video about what I am seeing today at the many No King's Day protests that are happening across America. It's Saturday. I'm off from work. I'm having a R&R day, watching movies, but every now and then I am looking at the live feeds on my computer of the many protests taking place across America. And what I'm seeing is I'm seeing people recreate scenes from Stephen King's film The Long Walk. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people walk for miles and miles with these dry, bland signs of protest. And they are chanting their dry, bland chants of hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. And for some reason, all of these protesters, they think that all of this is scaring Donald Trump and the powers that be. No, Donald Trump is probably right now at Mar-a-Lago golfing. Number 47, as well as all of the powers that be members, they aren't thinking about your protesting. Whether it be in California, New York, Washington, D.C., or wherever, they're not thinking about it. But in the minds of these protesters, they are really bringing about change. I saw on TikTok Aaron Parnas, he was reporting about the protesting, and he's smiling like they're doing the Boston Tea Party type of situation. You all aren't doing that. You know, in the first scene of one of the first scenes, it's not the first scene, but one of the first scenes of the film The Exorcist, it showed Ellen Burstyn's character was filming a scene because she played an actress in the movie, and so her character was filming a scene at Georgetown University, and there was a big protest, and people were shouting, and they had the bullhorns. That was more active than what I saw today at these many protests taking place across America. I have seen more action when a certain baseball team or a certain football team lost at the World Series or the Super Bowl. The turning over of cars, the burning of, damn it, our team lost. I've seen more action in those type of situations than what I have seen today. I'm telling you right now, this just lets me know that when they bring forth the digital ID system, when they bring forth the digital currency system, when they bring forth the social credit system, all of you all, you're going to comply. You probably won't immediately. What you'll immediately do is you'll go out and do what you're doing now. You'll do the long 5, 6, 7 mile walk while you're still chanting, hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. But then within a couple of days, weeks, at the latest months, you'll comply. And the powers that be know that you'll comply. I even saw at one No King's Day protest where people were dancing. They had band members playing the drums as if this is some kind of celebration. And I said, look at these fools. Do you think this is the right time to be dancing, break dancing and all of that when you are talking about fighting against your rights being taken? I didn't know if I was watching a protest or if I was watching a homecoming parade. You all are so pathetic. You are the most pathetic lot I have ever seen. I'm telling you, the Agigi, who were the slaves before you all, even they did more than what you all are doing. Come Monday, the government will still be shut down. Come next month, you government assistance recipients, you still won't get your assistance. So What came out of this protest? Absolutely nothing. Maybe, no, wait, something did come out of this protest. Someone who wanted to lose weight, they probably lost about 5 or 10 pounds today just from walking the many miles. That's probably the only plus that came out of this protest. That's it. You can lose a couple of pounds being at the protest because you're walking from 1 mile to another mile. That's about it. That's it. And then on top of that, your No King's Day protesting is supposed to be about being against the powers that be, the 1%. But yet and still, you had one of the 1% members to speak at your protests. And not just one of them, at several other protests. I saw several other 1% members speaking at the protests. Bernie Sanders was one of them, and I wouldn't be surprised at another protest. You probably had Nancy Pelosi. You probably had Cory Booker. You probably had Jasmine Crockett. All of these people who are part of the 1%. So you are doing protesting against the 1%, but you are allowing one of the 1% members to speak at your protest that's supposed to be against the 1%. Make it make sense. The powers that be are laughing at you all. They are laughing at you all some kind of bad. You know what you should have done? I have said this time and time again. What you should have done is you should have recognized the fact that, as I have always said, and as others have always said, your war, your battle, your fight is not physical. It's not physical, it's not financial, it is spiritual. So how do you fight a spiritual war? You fight a spiritual war with your spiritual weapons, your third eye. Do you know that if you all as a collective were to awaken, were to activate your third eye, you could end not only number 47, not only the powers that be, but you could also end all of the many spiritual deities and beings working right along with them. That includes Enki, that includes Marduk, that includes the reptilians, that includes the draconians, that includes the greys. You can end them all. All you all have to do as a collective is awaken your third eye and then use the abilities that comes from your third eye to put a permanent end to them. That would have made a whole big difference today. You could have marched right up there to the White House, and with your eyes, you could have obliterated that whole White House. With your eyes, you could have obliterated the Capitol. With your eyes, with your hands, with your abilities, your spiritual third eye abilities, you could obliterate every Secret Service person, the Army, National Guard, all of them. And then once the beings, the deities that are spiritual, the draconians, the reptilians, the greys, the Anunnaki, once they came above ground, you could have obliterated all of them. You could do that. And then all of this would be over. That's how you fight in a spiritual war. All of this, hey, Donald Trump has got to go and doing the Tootsie Roll and the butterfly and the moonwalk and all of that on the streets. That's not going to do a damn thing. Only thing it does is it makes you look stupid. It makes you look dumb, because I'm telling you, the powers that be, they are watching these protests, and somewhere, wherever they are underground, they're laughing. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, number 47, Hegseth, number 47's mistress, Carolyn Levitt, all of them, they are watching this and they're laughing. Enki and Marduk are watching this and they're laughing. The Archons are watching this and they're laughing. You all are really thinking you're doing something today, and you're not doing a damn thing. You're not doing a damn thing except losing pounds by walking all these miles in what you call a protest. You all are pathetic. And I say again, there was a man long ago, his name was Al Biolek. He worked for the government. Through the government, he was sent forward into time. Because time travel does exist. They just haven't let you all know this. The government knows that time travel exists. They have the ability to time travel, They just haven't let you know it. And so they sent Al Biolek through time to several years in the future. And when he went into the future, several years in the future, he saw that everything the powers that be wanted to accomplish, and Enki and Marduk included, they had accomplished. They had won. And humans had lost because the population had been cut down drastically. I mean, 99.99% drastically. So that let me and those who heard Al Biolek's testimony, that let all of us know that way in the future, they won and humans lost. You see, that's your future. That is your future, idiots. If you were going to have the long walk protest that you're having in every city and state, if Cory Booker, Bernie Sanders, any one of these people who claim to be for the people, if they had said, well, I want to speak at this protest or this rally or whatever, I would have said, no, you're not speaking. No, we don't want you speaking because, well, why? Because you can say all you want to, Bernie Sanders, that you're for the people. You are a puppet just like all the rest of them. You are part of the powers that be. No, we don't want you to speak. Hell no. That's what I would have said. Hell no, Cory Booker. Hell no, Jasmine Crockett. Hell no, Gavin Newsom. I would have told him, how in the hell are you going to speak at our protest about what is happening to us when you don't have those same restrictions on you? ICE is not coming after you. You're not being affected by this government shutdown. So no, you can't speak. This should be for the people, by the people, and only the people should be speaking at this protest. But idiots allowed him to speak because they still trust the very ones who don't give a damn about them. That's like having an anti-Lucifer, Enki, or having an anti-Satan, Marduk, protest, and then having Marduk or Enki's best friend come and speak at the protest, or having Enki or Marduk themselves come and speak at the protest. What the hell? If the protest is against them, why am I going to have them to speak at the protest? You all are doomed. You all are so doomed, it's not even funny. What you should have done, the hell with work, the hell with school, you all should have gathered together at one location, not every location in different cities. One location. If you can't get to this one location, you all team up together. Y'all drive there. If you have to fly there, you fly there. One location. Every American in every state meet up at one location. And then for about a week, scratch starting this on Friday. This should have been done maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And then once you all met up at one location for 1 week, done mass rituals to be able to open up and activate your third eye. And then once that happens, activate the spiritual abilities that you all have within you. Then once those abilities have been activated, then you start going to where the powers that be are. And you start using those abilities, which will be your spiritual weapons, to put an end to them. Every last one of them. Not just the Democrats and the Republicans, but the Greys, the Anunnaki, the Reptilians, the Draconians. If you have to go underground to go to them, do it. That would have been the big game changer. That's what you should have done. And again, it would have taken some weeks to do. Maybe the beginning of October, maybe way back in September, but it would have been worth it. That's what should have been done. And then in these other countries, everybody in Scotland and Ireland and Australia, they all come to one location in London and do the same thing over there. That would have been a game changer. That would have been what would have made a difference. That would have stopped all the slavery of having us to go back and forth to work, having us to eat all this toxic food, having us to pay bills, having us to pay. All of that would have stopped if we had done that. That would have been something that would have been effective. But see, you know why no one would do that? Because people don't believe in that. Oh, nobody being ability. Ain't nobody got no damn abilities. You watch too much damn TV. That's bullshit. Ain't nobody go. You sound crazy. Ain't no such thing as no third eye. No, she must have got something wrong with her. You don't believe in that. You don't believe it because it was not Jesus and the Holy Ghost and all of a hashla shanda. If it's not all of that baloney, then you don't believe it. And this is why you're in the situation that you're in now, because you won't believe the things that sound crazy, despite the fact that the things that sound crazy are the things that are legit. And the things that don't sound crazy are the things that are bullshit. This is why you're in this situation. You don't even believe that Enki and Marduk exist. Oh, mythical deities. They're not mythical, you nut. They're not mythical. They're real. You don't even believe in that. So it's laughable. These little Barney and Friends get-together protests that you all are having in these states, they are laughable. I'm surprised you all didn't have a barbecue going on at any of these protests where you all were slinging burgers on the grill. I'm surprised you didn't have that. I'm surprised you ain't have wine coolers and lawn chairs where you could sit out and sit there and have music. I'm surprised. Oh, wait a minute. I am absolutely surprised you all didn't do the boots on the ground line dances at the protest. Why you ain't do that? Because you're making it like it's a party at some of these protests anyway. I've seen people dancing, break dancing and all that. I'm surprised you ain't have a big disco ball hanging from one of the tree branches. I'm surprised you didn't do that. You all are so blind. It is the blind leading the blind. And you know who didn't show up? And I can tell you right now who didn't show up. I'm talking about the legitimate people who are truly awakened. They aren't there. They aren't there. Because someone asked me, hey, P.S., are you going to the No King's Day protest that's happening this weekend, as they use the term? I said, hell no, I'm not going down there. And when I told him that, he looked at me like I had just said, fuck you and your mama. That's how he looked at me. Like I had totally insulted him. And he said, and you call yourself an American? And I said, no, I don't call myself an American. I call myself a immortal light being. And no, I am not going down there because I am not going to participate in something that I know is pointless and useless. I'm not going to be involved in something that I know is exactly what Enki and Marduk want. These protests that are taking place. Oh, Enki and Marduk, they love this. They love it. You know why they love it? Because they are sitting back and saying, look, Marduk, they still don't even get it. They still don't even get it. They think they're really hurting us, don't they? They really think, Marduk, that they're hurting us. Look at these bitches. We are going to get their asses left and right. Oh, Marduk. And Marduk's probably laughing. Yeah, we're going to get them, Dad. They are laughing at you all. They are laughing at you all because they want you all to feel like you're doing something important when you're really not. Because it lets them know, hey, these people are still blind. As long as you all are blind to the ways of how to really fight a spiritual battle, that's a win for Enki and Marduk. It is a big win. So after you all finish having your homecoming rallies today in all of your states, you'll go back home and you'll eat your cheese and crackers and your GMO toxic food, and you'll give yourselves pats on the back as if you've done something great. And then the government shutdown will continue. And you'll lose more rights, and you'll lose more rights, and you'll lose more rights. So, get going. And I And I'm so glad that the legitimately spiritually awakened did not attend these little homecoming fest. And that's another thing I want to mention. You all are so damn scared of Enki, Lucifer, Marduk, Satan, and their puppets, which are the powers that be, that you won't even call it a protest. You all call it a music festival. Oh my God, you all call it. I've seen so many videos. Yeah, the music festival that's going to be taking place on Saturday. You're so scared. And I'm telling you, Enki and Marduk and the Archons, oh, they love that fear. They love that fear like a son of a gun. You are so scared of Enki, Lucifer, Marduk, Satan, and the powers that be that you won't even call it what it is, a protest or a rebellion. Now, if you're going to go out there and protest like what you're doing, why not call it a rebellion? No, you're not even doing that. You're calling it a music festival. Because that's what you think it is, a music festival? What you think, Creed's going to be out there on the stage singing songs for you all while you hold up candles? This is not Woodstock. You're so afraid to call it a rebellion that you're calling it a music festival. And you want people to take you seriously when you're calling it a damn music festival? I bet you the Agiki didn't call it a music festival back in the day when they rebelled. I bet you they didn't do that shit. I bet you they didn't do it. They called it a rebellion. As a matter of fact, that's what it was described as. The Agigi rebelled. They didn't say the Agigi marched. They didn't say the Agigi protest. They didn't say the Agigi stood in front of the Anunnaki and did the break dancing. They rebelled. They called it a rebellion. But you all are calling it a music festival. You all are... You all are sad. You all are so sad. And this is why I wholeheartedly say, and I'm telling everyone who is legitimately awakened, when it comes time for you to cross over and you go to Pleroma, do not, I repeat, do not, I repeat again, do not come back down here to save any of these people. Not a one. Man, woman, boy, girl, don't do it. Because I have heard, I will say this before I end this video, I have heard that you can, if you decide to turn away from the light and you escape the reincarnation trick, you can decide, well, I am going to go down back to earth of my own free will, of my own choice to help other people. You do that all you want. And this is why I'm making a Summerland novel part 2. So I can specifically put the dangers of doing that in there. You do that. And I'm telling you, you will never be able to get back up to Pleroma. Trying to help people down here who already have the knowledge of what to do now. They already have the gnosis in front of them of what to do now, but they choose not to use it. Don't come back down there to help them. Because I'm telling you, when I get to the real universe, KHAA, Pleroma, I am going to make an active campaign to beg people, don't go down there and help these people. When the shit starts hitting the fan down here on Earth and people are running to and from, because Enki and Marduk and the Archons and the Draconians and the Reptilians are chasing after them, and things are getting hot and heavy with the powers that be because they want humans to turn into AI. I and everyone up there in Pleroma, we will be looking down at what's happening, and we're going to be laughing. And we are not going to do a thing to help you all. Because why should we? This is why, and I will end with this. People are saying, the good things, why won't they come down and help us? Why should they? Why should they come down there? Why should they, excuse me, I keep saying there. Why should they come down here and help you all? When you all have the ability to help yourselves, if you would just tap into gnosis and common sense as to how to fight in a spiritual war. No, I'm telling you right now, the good things are not coming to help any of you all. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. They're not going to do it. Because why should they? They've already told you what you have to do. So this is what I wanted to say. Your little homecoming rallies are cute. They really are. They are really cute. But yeah, it's pointless. But you will see how pointless it is because, as I said, the digital ID is coming. The dollar collapse, it is coming. The digital currency is coming. The social credit system, it is coming. And when it comes, you can say, well, all you want to, you can say, I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to take it. No, for God I live, for God I die. You said the same baloney during the pandemic. Remember that? Oh, I am not taking any vaccine. You can't make me. And they lined up and took it anyway. These same people, I didn't take it. I don't give a damn about. Fire me. Bar me from this store that. I don't care what you do. I'm not being a part of your system. No matter what you do to me, I don't care. Don't make me no difference. So this is not my home in the first place. So you're going to comply, people. You might as well just sit back and wait for all of this to roll out, because when it does, you will comply. All they have to do is threaten you with food stamps. All they have to do is threaten you with Section 8, TANF, Social Security, Disability, Medicaid, Medicare, AI taking your jobs. That's all they have to do is threaten you with all of that, and you'll just fall and fold under like the pathetic lot that you are. You all are nothing like the Agigi. At least the Agigi died fighting. I mean, and fighting in a grand way. You all are not doing that. So, I just thought I would come forward and give my thoughts on what I'm seeing. Thank you to the legitimately spiritual people who did not take part in this tomfoolery. Do not take part in it. This is why I say, and I will continue to say, and I will continue to say, don't get involved in what these other people who are blind are doing. Protesting, marching, don't get involved in it. The best thing for you, the legitimately spiritual person, to do is to continue to do your spiritual work. So when it comes time for you to transition over, you know that you're prepared to transition over in a way where you will not come back down here again. Don't get involved in all of this other stuff. These people are going to die. They have toe tags on them already that they can't see. Don't get involved in any protests. Don't get involved in any marching, any petitions. Just separate yourself from that, because these people can't even see that they're marching, they're protesting, they are leading their own selves to their doom. So, with that being said, this is what I wanted to say. This is the Afterlife discussion. Leave your comments below. What do you think about the homecoming rallies and the dance parties that they're having in all these cities? What do you think? Do you think that Rick James is going to come back from the dead and show up at one of these parties? Maybe James Brown is going to come back up from the grave and start doing the shimmy rock across the streets and stuff, saying Papa got a brand new bag, and knowing I feel good, all his greatest hits. Do you think this is going to happen? I mean, what do you think we're going to see? Maybe we'll see Smokey the Bear come and make an appearance. I mean, anything can happen at these little dance parties that they're having across the states. Let me know what you think about what you are seeing on today's pathetic rallies all across the United States and abroad. This is the Afterlife discussion. Thank you all for listening once again. Until next time.